Uncluttered and Unfiltered is supported by Hearts for Minds. Can you imagine waiting 10 years to get screened for cancer? On average, people with mental health issues experience a 10-year delay between symptoms and seeking help, and close to 2/3 of mental illnesses go untreated. Hearts for Minds promotes healthy lives by promoting mental health education, facilitating early identification, and connecting people to treatment. Are you ready to learn more? Go to heartsforminds.org. That's hearts, the number 4, minds.org for more information and to learn how you can help. Hi, it's Eden. Christine and I have had more conversations than we can count about how some days just feel harder than others. You know, those days when you're doing everything right, you're eating healthy, you're working out, but your energy just still crashes or your mood takes a dive out of nowhere. Nobody is safe when that happens. We've come to realize that it could be hormones. And so if you have felt that way, Happy Mammoth has something that can help. The makers of Hormone Harmony offer a quick 2-minute quiz designed to uncover the root cause of these stubborn hormonal symptoms. It's easy. You just answer a couple of questions about what you're experiencing and where you're at in your life. People who take the quiz really do find personalized insights into their hormone levels, and they give recommendations like Hormone Harmony. It's an herbal formula crafted to support hormones in a normal range, helping with occasional bloating, chronic fatigue, weight gain, the mild mood swings. With over 40,000 5-star reviews and a bottle selling every 24 seconds, those results speak for themselves. So if you're ready to start feeling like yourself again, and that to us is what it's all about, head over to happymammoth.com and take that free 2-minute hormone quiz. For a limited time, get 15% off your entire first order with the code UUPodcast at checkout. That's happymammoth.com, UUPodcast for 15% off today.
A healthy life starts with great sleep. Wake refreshed with Avocado's GOTS-certified organic green mattress, delivering breathable, back-loving support, natural materials from Avocado's own sustainable wool and latex farms, easy financing, a 1-year sleep trial, and deep, restorative slumbers. Organic sleep awaits at avocadomattress.com.
Welcome to Uncluttered and Unfiltered, the podcast urging you to let it go and don't look back, with nationally acclaimed professional organizer Christine Stone and self-proclaimed hot damn mess radio and TV personality Eden Kendall.
Welcome everybody to Uncluttered and Unfiltered. We're the podcast for women over 50, and today's episode is one we want to start doing more regularly, like every, 6 weeks or so. It was Christine's idea. So do you want to explain it?
Well, I came up with the idea that if you or I find anything for women over 50, whether it's clothing, shoes, skincare, makeup, tools, whatever it is, it doesn't have to be anything specifically. We jot it down in a note, and then every 6 to 8 weeks we'll come on and we won't gatekeep. We'll share with you some of our favorite things, which means it'll have given us time to really test things to make sure we love them. So.
And now these do not have to be things exclusive to women over 50, but they will be things that we as women over 50 find that we are enjoying.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
I am now on the red light therapy wagon, and that is something that you shared before. But before we get into that, can we, so I want to talk to you about my new red light mask. But before we even start, how's the packing going?
Oh my goodness. When you take a homebody out of her environment, it is so crazy because I've been packing. I'm not leaving for a couple weeks, but I've been packing for a couple weeks.
So this is a wonderful romantic trip that you are going on.
Yes.
Okay. So
just
we don't
the
have
two
to give
of us.
Okay. So we don't have to give too many specifics unless you want to, but I do want to hear about this process.
Well, we're going out of the country. Let's just say that, which that's a whole nother thing. When
Yes.
you're leaving the United States. Anyway, so being the organized person that I am, I have made lists of what I still need. I've been buying tons of travel sizes of all my favorite products, hair, skincare, and just making sure because of which we've talked about my feet on this podcast so many times, that I find comfortable shoes, because that's a real issue for me, because something will be comfortable for, I don't know, an hour, and then my feet will be killing me. So that in itself has been a whole thing trying to get ready for this trip. But yeah, I am a very early packer. My husband makes fun of me. You make fun of me, but it's just, I feel like I have to have everything when I leave my comfortable surroundings. Okay, I said it.
Okay, so you have lists, I'm sure, going too, right? Are they
tons of lists.
On your phone now? On your
yes,
phone?
on my phone of what I still need. And including, I just realized I didn't have enough underwear. So I had to go and buy more underwear. I mean, things like that you think, but when you're going away for a couple of weeks, it's different. A weekend's different than a couple of weeks. So yeah, I make lists of everything I still need. Everything.
And yeah, when it is an out of the country trip, and I can only speak to this because I did that for the very first time in my life last year, there are things that you have to consider too. Like, what am I allowed to bring? What do I think I can bring, but it won't do me any good over there? So
exactly. Like, I can't bring my Dyson hairdryer because it will blow up, according to everybody saying, because That's
what happened. I brought my favorite flat iron and the adapter and everything when we went to Australia last year, and I could tell immediately that was a bad idea because it started to smell funky. So I had to unplug it quickly, and fortunately the hotel had one, but it was just that moment where you're like, oh, this is going to be a fire, and I will have started it. But I'm sure they're like, oh, Americans bringing more.
Exactly. Well, Americans and their hair, you know what
Americans
I mean?
and their hair, right?
But so that's a little stressful, because I might have to go au naturel with the hair, because
this is a great starting point. This is a great starting point. Can I start with a product that I am in love with right now?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
So I have a friend down in South Florida, and she is not my current hairstylist here where we live in North Florida, but she is my best friend from growing up. And so when I go down there, sometimes she'll say, hey, can I just do your roots? Which I desperately need, and I'm getting done in a couple days. But anyway, she'll say, can I do your roots while you're down here? Or something like that. It's awesome. Awesome. She has a treatment. She is a breast cancer survivor. And so she's very careful about the products that she chooses. And she has this treatment that is a smoother, not a straightener. In other words, the hair will still curl, but it locks in, and it doesn't have formaldehyde. And she applied it the same way you would do a keratin or a Brazilian blowout, where she puts it all on your hair, and then she very hot flat irons it in, and then you can't use any product with sulfate in it after that.
Yeah. It sounds like a keratin.
It sounds like one, but she has chosen it specifically, so right. I feel like it would be. But anyway, it's called BB Cream. Is it called BB Hair Treatment? And you'd have to ask your stylist, but if they look it up, it comes up on my phone right away. BB Cream, yeah, BB Creme, RG Cosmetics. But they don't advertise it as a straightener. It's a smoothing treatment. So anyway, it was, to me,
did you love it?
Effective. I love it. It is so humid out. And I'm telling you, I get my hair blown dry in 5 minutes, and it used to take 25 minutes. It is fantastic. It is fantastic. So ask your hairstylist about that. BB Cream with a little accent over the E. So that was my first one. That was my first one. What about you? Do you have a product you want to talk about?
So this is probably so silly, but I have to tell you, it's my new favorite. I even gave my daughter 3 little bottles of it to take back with her on her airplane trip. Okay. It is called hypochlorous acid. Okay. And I have the big size and, of course, travel sizes. What it is and being a dry eye girly, which I am, you just spray it
on your face,
on your hands, on the toilet seat, on the airplane seat, and you let it dry. And it's antibacterial. So if you're someone who breaks out still a lot, like me, even though I'm 62, And so it kills all viruses and bacteria, including the norovirus, which
Ooh.
not a lot of things kill that, by the way. Anyway, I've been using this for at least 6 months now. And I can tell you, not only has it helped on my dry eye situation going on, because you're supposed to, eye
How does
doctors
it
can't,
help? How can it
because
help
it
your
kills the
eyes?
bacteria on your eyelids and on your eyelashes, because that's part of dry eye, when you get bacteria in your eyes and in your eyelashes. I mean, you shut your eyes. You don't open your eyes and spray it in your eyes. You shut your eyes and spray it. And it originally came out as something from the eye doctor that you could buy in the drugstore for eyes. And then they've created it to where now it can be used for everything. So I have 2 different bottles.
And those are different brands, so you're not pushing a brand. You're
Oh
holding
no,
up
they're I think,
they look
yeah,
like different
2
brands.
different brands.
What? So
2
what is
different
the
brands.
what is the product again?
It's called hypochlorous acid, and you want to get one that is just hypochlorous acid, meaning
Okay.
you don't need a bunch of fillers and stuff in there. And it is an antibacterial, it removes viruses and bacteria, and it's an FDA cleared skin mist. So I'm bringing it on my flight, just to spray around me. And also, if you can't Purell, well, Purell I love. I know I'm weird, but I love it. This is better because this kills things that Purell will not kill.
I have never heard of this.
Yeah. So anyway,
That's
Amazon,
fantastic.
no fancy place to buy. It's just Amazon.
You know what?
So-
I am going to get some of that because I live in fear of stomach bugs. I mean,
then
that
you
is
have to get it.
I never want to get another stomach bug in my life.
You have to get it.
Okay, that is a great one. All right, so my next product is, wait, hang on.
I can't wait.
I'm going to tell you I'm going to give you some really inside stuff here. You're going to be,
I can't wait. And I'm dying to hear about this.
Well, okay, so this one is, here, let me put it on for you. For those who, I'll make sure that I post something, but this, you've seen people in the masks before. Here's me in my mask. But here I am. Wait. I love it. Let me put it on hang on, I'm turning it on. Come on, there we go. Here we go. Okay. There we are. Yay. Okay, so let me tell you about this mask. So this was you recommending it to me.
Yeah, because it's the newest one out right now.
It's from Shark. And it has these little pads here. And there's these pads that you can add on to them too if these don't fit right. That hit you right here that are cold. And you can make them really cold.
Oh, I might have to get that one. My husband's going to kill me.
And
I have one more mask.
So if you get puffy eyes, it's like putting something. But my routine is I drink my coffee in the morning and I take my little poop. And while I'm having my poop is when I wear it. So that's me just sitting in there having my little morning go, and I've got my mask on. It goes for 6 minutes, so I just hang out in there until I'm.
Is it blue light too?
It is not. I don't think there's any blue light. No. There might be. You know what? I say that. Hang on.
I was going to say, I think that has blue light too.
Yes, it has different settings. I've only ever done the better aging setting. So yes, I think it might have blue light too. Like, we're going to find out.
I think it has different lights.
Yes. Okay. That is so like me to have never even figured it out.
Blue light's for bacteria, acne, and I think it may even have one other one. I'm not 100% sure. It's brand new.
I need to check that out. I really just do the first setting, which is the aging routine.
So have you noticed any difference?
I think so, but I'm so suggestible.
Oh.
So it's enough for me to just know that I feel great that I'm doing it. And I do believe in red light therapy. And I actually put it on my knee the other day because my knee was giving me a little bit of a problem. So I just took it off and I just put it on my knee. But I do need to investigate some of these other settings.
Yeah, I use mine every single day, even though you're not even supposed to. You're supposed to use it only 5 days a week. But I use it on my neck and on my arm.
Yes, I do want to
Yeah.
start putting it on my neck too.
I believe in it. I think it's amazing.
I think red light therapy is good for a lot of things, aches and pains, and all of that.
I agree.
So what else you got?
Okay, so now we're going to talk, since we're on that, these are Rock Retinol deep wrinkle targeted patches. They have the little micro darts in it. I've been using these for about 3 months, and you leave these on longer. Like I'll leave them on, I'll put them on, and then watch a TV show for a couple hours or do something like on the computer for a couple hours and then remove them. But I really have seen a difference if you have like puffiness or like really fine lines around your eyes underneath, or you can put them anywhere. It doesn't have to just be your eyes. It can be your smile lines. It can be on the sides of your eyes. And they have those little micro darts in their advanced retinol, hyaluronic acid, and peptides. And these are great because I love anything in an individual package, not only for traveling, but just because once you're done with them, you throw them in the garbage. I hate like reusing things.
Where are those from? Are those another like Amazon find, or is that Ulta?
You can get them on Amazon or any Target, Walgreens, CVS. They have them everywhere.
And it's ROC, Rock.
ROC. It's with their deep wrinkle line. They have like a more, for, serums and that kind of stuff. But I do love these. And then this is a new one, the Biodance Biocollagen Real Deep Mask. And this is very interesting because you're supposed to leave it on even overnight. I have never left it on overnight because that would drive me crazy and I wouldn't be able to sleep because I'm a side sleeper. But I really do feel like it works because what I was doing was drying my skin out too much, and I really realized that. So I've been trying to do the opposite now where, yes, I'll use like a Retin-A like 2 or 3 times a week, but then the other days I'm really trying to bring moisture back to my skin because I'm 62. I need to do it.
We're not lubing up. We're drying out over here.
Right, exactly. So what do you got?
Let me guess. You're probably multitasking while listening to this podcast, aren't you? Of course you are. We're all so busy and we work really hard for what we have. So wouldn't it be great to eliminate stressing about fashion? To regain those hours staring at a closet full of nothing to wear? Oh, have we got a great solution for you. Listen, I know I am one to stress about keeping a fresh, high-quality wardrobe, and I'm the queen of buyer's remorse when I do treat myself. That is where Armoire comes in. Check it out for yourself. Go to armoire.style/UU podcast, take a style quiz, and then you get to make choices. You rent the clothes, you wear them, and return them. And before you're even sending them back, you're replacing them with a new selection. It's like having a best friend with an endless closet. Right now, all of our listeners can give Armoire a try and get up to 50% off your first month. That's up to $125 off. Just visit armoire.style/UU podcast. That's ARMOIRE.style/UU podcast and get up to 50% off your first month and never worry about what to wear again. Try Armoire today. Okay, so I think you use this too. This is the Tan Luxe. The body.
I love that.
These are tanning drops, but I want to talk to you about how I use them. And these I got, did I get them on Amazon or QVC, or I think you can get them at Ulta.
You can get them at Ulta.
You can get them at Ulta. But anyway, they're drops, and you can add them to any lotion.
Yep.
So I do add them to that crepe corrector that we both have already loved. We say we love it. It's from, who makes that crepe corrector that we talked about? It's going to kill me now.
Oh, me too.
We'll come up with it. I'll get it. But anyway, so what I do with this, though, is I put it in sunblock. And that way, if I'm going somewhere like to the beach, or today we went for a walk, I put my sunblock in my hand, I add the tanning drops, and then I put it all over my body. So not only am I protected from the sun, but I'm doing something where I would normally get a tan. So I'm still getting my tan.
That's a great idea.
But I'm protecting myself. So that's what I love about this. So was it Gold Bond? Was that the crepe corrector?
Yes,
Gold Bond,
it was Gold Bond.
That's another product, you guys. It's fantastic.
I have to say about those drops, I've been using those for years. And I think when you have older more mature skin, let's just say that, those are great because you can put them in any moisturizer. And it's something you can use as much as you want or as little as you want. I mean, you know what I mean? Like you can use them every day, just a little drop every day, or you could do it every other day. I like that there isn't a set way you can do it.
Yeah,
you know
and
what I mean?
I ask people all the time, are you sure I'm not orange? Are you sure I'm
Oh, you're not orange.
Yeah, people, I feel like you would tell me. I would tell you.
You're definitely not orange. Actually, you look very tan.
Thanks, man. Here's what I use. So, okay, what else do you have? Anything?
Okay, I think I have talked about this, but now I'm really going to talk about it because I've been using it for over 3 months, so I definitely know it works. That is Rogaine. Okay, I am going to tell you here and now. This stuff works. Works.
Wait, is that a shampoo or is that something you take orally?
No. This is a foam, and I put it on a piece of paper towel every day. You have to use it every day. Sometimes people use it twice a day. I don't. If you have animals like cats, you can't use this at night and sleep on your pillow because it's very deadly to cats. I don't know why. I just heard that, and I don't have cats, but even I have a dog, and I still don't do it at night. I do it in the morning. And it's a foam, and it's the 5% because they make a 2%, but I wouldn't get the 2%. And I take it and I take a little skinny brush for my eyebrows to fill in the spots that I'm missing. And then I take another brush that I have that was a makeup brush, but I use it for this, and I stipple it in there, and then I just do it around the front of my hairline. Because my hair is so long and so thick, when I wear it in a ponytail, it pulls my hair and it breaks the hair around the front of my hairline. No matter how I wear it, it could be a bun, it could be a ponytail. It's just my hair is very heavy. So I've noticed in the past year that it's gotten even worse. So every day I just dab it on my hairline and take a tiny little bit and put it in the little peaks right there, my eyebrows. I'm going to tell you, my eyebrows have gotten so long I've had to trim them like 3 times. It is unbelievable. So it definitely works. You just have to be patient. You can't be like, oh, it didn't work after a week, because it's bringing out new hair in the follicles. So you have to give it time.
So this is the Rogaine, the same Rogaine that we've all seen the commercials.
Yes. And you can get men's Rogaine.
Is it a prescription? It's a prescription.
No, right? It's drugstore, Amazon, and you can do foam, or they have a dropper, but foam's easier because it won't get as messy all over your, But this is really great if you're having hair loss that is not related to like female baldness, because that's a whole other thing. This is for like, you've over-tweezed your brows, you're losing some hair in your front hairline, which a lot of women over 50 do.
What is the verdict on that for? Oh, I think you might have just said when you said it does have to do with female baldness. Women who their hair's thinning. So you're saying if it's that, then that's not.
There are so many different kinds of hair loss, and that's why if you have real thinning hair, it's coming out in clumps, that's different. And that I would actually just go see someone and see what they say. But if you're even thinning in any part of your hairline, using it in your hairline, it just brings new growth. But like I said, it's not for really, in my opinion, really serious hair loss. It's for hair breakage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, but it works great on the brows.
Do you have any more for today? I have one more.
Oh, I do.
Oh, good. Okay, I have one more.
Okay, you do yours.
Okay.
Oh, what's that?
Ooh, isn't this fun? So you've probably seen I turned my disco lights on my headphones on by accident. For those who don't know, I have disco lights on my headphones that I accidentally couldn't find the button for earlier when we were testing. Okay, so I have to do this really quick. Let me take my hair down. For those watching, I'll give you a play-by-play for those who can't watch this, because you can't, because this is an audio podcast, but I want Christine to see it. Have you seen these? It's a long, looks like a bathrobe tie, and you go like this, and then it's heatless curlers. It's just heatless curlers, and you just kind of like wrap it, wrap it. And I'm just wrapping right now. And then you tie it
Do you
up.
have to sleep in that?
So the reason, I'm going to put my headphones back on now so I can hear you. The reason I love these is not because I do this instead of using my heat iron to curl my hair, because this would probably not be enough. What I love it for is the humidity. So when I get up in the morning, I do my hair, then I'm going to go outside and go to work. Before I get to work, this is how I go to work, where I have my hair all wrapped up in my heatless curlers. And then when I take it out, it just stays really nice.
Wow, I'm fascinated by that.
Yeah, it's cool. Have you not seen these videos of these ladies on their?
Oh, I've seen the heatless curlers, but my hair's too thick to do that, so I can't really do that because it would take me forever to do that. I mean, I've tried to use a curling iron. I can't even do that because you have to take such small little pieces to curl, and I would be curling until the cows came home because
you
know
have
what I mean?
Very thick hair.
Yeah,
For
so
me,
I'm old
though,
school rollers.
For me, my problem is the frizz. So what I have found is this is like a very good way to keep it protected after I've done my hair. Then I use them just to get from point A to point B, which if you're in a humid place, which is every place in the country, at least unless you're in like, Arizona, you're going to at least have some humid dates.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, that's like the silk bonnets, the silk pillowcases, those type of things. I mean, very interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd have the patience to do that on my own hair, but that's because, that would take a long time for me.
For you, yes. For
Yeah.
you, it would. For me, it was quick.
Yeah.
What else?
Okay, we're going to do it. We're going to talk about my Dr. Scholl's. Here we are.
Here we are. Okay.
I've had to even wear them to get them broken in for my trip. And I know people are going to say, those aren't ugly. Now, listen.
Okay, they're white sneakers.
They're not ugly.
Okay.
But they're not anything I would have normally worn. Let's just say that.
They're very cute little white sneakers, but they are Dr. Scholl's.
They're Dr. Scholl's. It's official. It's official. I looked at Dr. Scholl's and naturalizers, if that tells you anything about where my life's going. Okay.
That's a thing.
I will report back after my trip if these are the be all end all for travel. I have worn them already and they are comfortable. I do have to say that. But we'll see. I mean,
do they have the rocker thing that the doctor that was on our show talked about where they kind of have a rocking back and forth motion?
No, they don't have a rocker thing, but they have like a soft insole and an arch that's really, like shaped and soft.
Uh-huh.
And they're very, very comfortable.
Good.
It's just, they're Dr. Scholl's.
I know, and that is reminiscent. I remember getting the wooden ones when I was...
Oh, yeah.
You remember those wooden ones?
Yep.
And they were supposed to exercise your legs while you wore them. You were going to get really toned, muscular legs.
I remember. And really, think about it now, you're walking on wood.
Yeah. I can't even imagine that. that how loud they were, too.
And do you have any more?
No, I'm done. So bring it on, sister.
Okay. I got on the Prequel wagon.
What's Prequel?
You can get these at Target. It's a new skincare line, but they have it at Target. You can get it on Amazon or anywhere, but really they sell the whole line at Target. Why I'm going to talk about this is I was never into doing an oil cleanse. I thought, what the heck? Why do I need to wash my face twice, an oil cleanse and then my Vanity cream, which I've talked about ad nauseum. This has been a game changer, ladies, and now I get why they say to do an oil cleanse, to take off all your makeup, all like really get the mascara off. It has cleaned my pores better than anything I have ever used. And then, of course...
I don't know what an oil cleanse is. I've never heard that term in my life. What
really?
is it? Yes, what is it?
Okay, it's oil and it's a cleanser to take off the day's makeup. So if I'm not wearing makeup, although I do wear a tinted sunscreen every day, so I still use this, it's just really get all the stuff out of your pores. And then you go in with your regular face wash, which I said mine's the Banny cream. And I was so skeptical about the whole double cleansing that's everywhere. And I even have my husband doing it. He's like, God, this really, really moisturizes and cleans your skin. I said, I know. So now we're both doing it. And he barely even washes his face. So for him to do a double cleanse, it's like next to a miracle. And they also have a moisturizer that has niacinamide, shea butter, and 10% urea. And so it's exfoliating and moisturizing. And you can use this everywhere. You can use it on your face, on your neck, on your body, on your feet, anywhere. It's not just for one area. And I can tell you, my husband and I are both hooked on this too. And I like that it's in a pump because I'll just put it all over my hands before I go to bed. And it just keeps them really moisturized, your cuticles moisturized. So Prequel, I haven't tried everything in their line. These are the only two things I've tried. But I have to say these two, I really can't say enough things about.
Okay, I'm definitely intrigued. You saved the best for last.
I did.
You did. Woo, look at you. Yeah. Awesome. Well, ladies, we want to know if there's something that you want to rave on. Let us know. I'll set something up in our Facebook group so that you have an opportunity to do that. And that Facebook group is very easily accessible. It's called Uncluttered and Unfiltered Ladies Only. It's different than the main Uncluttered and Unfiltered Facebook page. This is a group that you have to join. We will let you in, then you'll be around 1,500 or so like-minded ladies that have, sometimes someone will share a funny meme. Sometimes we'll ask you a question. Sometimes there's a question you might have for one of us. So it's just an open forum, but it's a safe space. Also, please do the things, leave the reviews, give us the stars or the thumbs up or what have you, but mostly share us with just one friend. Really, just one lady that's in your life. If you could just share us. Imagine, I don't know a lot about math, but I believe if everyone did that, our numbers would double. Yes. And that's what we would love. So for the reason of growing this great community. So let's see, what should we say to close this show out? Just remember, gatekeeping, which is the act of not sharing great things that make your own life better, you can let that go.
Don't look back.
Uncluttered and Unfiltered is supported by Hearts for Minds. Can you imagine waiting 10 years to get screened for cancer? On average, people with mental health issues experience a 10-year delay between symptoms and seeking help, and close to 2/3 of mental illnesses go untreated. Hearts for Minds promotes healthy lives by promoting mental health education, facilitating early identification, and connecting people to treatment. Are you ready to learn more? Go to heartsforminds.org. That's hearts, the number 4, minds.org. For more information and to learn how you can help.
At Arizona State University, we've made online education better, smarter, and more personalized so you can go further in your aspiring field.
I decided to pursue medicine once I realized that ASU did have the online program for biological sciences. You're still required to learn the same curriculum. You're still being tested on the same content that anyone would be tested on in person. The comprehensiveness of the program prepared me so well for medical school.
Explore over 300 programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. It's the Sleep Number Everything Smart Bed sale. Every smart bed and base are on sale during our Memorial Day event. Up to 50% off, plus free home delivery. Limited time. Exclusively to Sleep Number store near you. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.